with this video, I kind of want to show the game on the inside. Even though it is brand spanking new, I just thought people might want to still see it and how it looks inside. There's the customization that was done on here for the treads that light up. And these treads, they can be set a lot of different ways. These are set up right now. They're running because they can hear me talking. As soon as I am quiet for so much time, they'll shut down. They're set right now to go on based on the sound that it's hearing. What I did to get them installed is we brought them up on both sides of the game right here, hooked them together, brought them here to the power supply for the power, and to the controller, which I put here inside the cash, next to the cash box in the front of the game on the right side. And I did that on purpose so that you can use the IR with the remote, which is right there, if you like. You can also download an app and control this controller with Bluetooth. And one of the settings you can set it on is for it to go off based on sound. And then, of course, there's, I don't know how many settings. You can change colors and speeds and patterns, etc. as part of this. But I just wanted to show everyone the way we did this nice and clean. And underneath, you can see how we did it as well. As we brought it up, we brought it right to each side of the game and in, so that way you can still get a pinball card under here when you need to and move the game, and you're not going to hit any wires, which was my biggest concern. Well, now that the game's assembled, it's actually still turned off except for the tread lights or the track lights. I just wanted to go through the game so someone could see it now that it's fully assembled. I've got the glass purposely off and the hold down bar so we can get into the play field. That's the light that comes off. That's basically the gun on the tank head, but I'll show you that more later. The glass, it's hard to tell like this, but it is three-dimensional, and it's really cool how deep it goes in there. The the fit and finish on this thing's amazing. This is the signature edition, like we mentioned. And before, it's number 122 of 200. It is signed by the entire group, the team that designed and built this game. There is just an amazing amount of work I can see that went into this. Once you see it turned on with the lights and all everything they've done, this game is just amazing. And what's really cool is the guy that designed it is a big pinball guy himself, from what I'm told, and he's actually continuing to come up with ideas to add more stuff on it. But in the meanwhile, this thing's already amazing. So this gives you a good idea what it looks like in setup for when you're going to play it. Then I'm going to go ahead and later show you what it looks like and what you can do with it when it's in idle mode. I'll go back here so you can see basically the gun and turret, and that is, I'll turn it on next and we can see it turned on. Okay, I've got the game turned on now, and you can start to see how amazing this thing looks. The back glass, I just keep wanting to make sure I can get a picture to show how 3D it is. A lot like those 3D baseball cards we would get as kids. I'm showing my age, but I'm talking about back in the 70s. And it's basically, actually, it looks like it has even more dimension than those. It's just amazing looking. It's just not sure if I can capture it well with a camera. The light show this thing produces is beyond belief. I've been watching it, and it just does some amazing things. This is a really just over the top amazing game. And there's that's the I believe I would call it the attract mode up there. I'm gonna go ahead and start a game and play it here in a second, and we'll do a video while the game's playing. I got the game turned on. I fired a ball so it can play. And I'm trying to do this and film at the same time, and I missed. Gives you an idea. Playing the game one-handed is virtually impossible. I want to point out one thing I missed. The second button on the right hand, just below the flipper, this button here, it actually controls a diverter gate on the play field. I'm going to push it while I'm showing you. So when the ball goes up that ramp and comes around and lands in that spot right there, or comes by that spot right there, if you don't touch it, it's going to continue coming around and back down to your left flipper. If you want to go to your right, it's getting annoyed with me. If you want to go to your right side, as the ball's coming, you get to hit that button, and that's what it does. It opens up the gate, so you have to time it just right. And that's one extra cool little feature I noticed I wanted to point out. I've now got it with the glass and the hold-down bar back on again, and I just wanted people to be able to see that. This game is beyond belief amazing. I've been playing a little bit. I've had a couple of guys that came over and played it with me to check it out, and we're blown away by it, really are. Here is Galactic Tank Force with the head down in idle mode, so to speak. The way they made it so that you can use it as a decoration piece on its own when you're not using it. It's actually pretty cool that they made it so that the turret is always on there. You don't have to worry about that. And then the way it locks into place is this quick lock, this quick snap there, but latch there. And then you've got two bolts that fit right here and right here to go into the head and hold it. Now, I assume because this thing is going to go up and down so easy, a lot of people might want to just put it up and use only this and play the game and not bother with the bolts. I personally would not recommend that, because just in case this latch came loose, that whole thing could come down and break. So I would suggest that at least put one of the bolts on there. I would put both when you're playing the game so that it has good stability. But just to let you know, this is kind of what the whole concept was, is to make it a decorative piece on its own when it's not being used as a pinball machine. And it's actually extremely cool looking. Just so that people can see, it is serial number 122 of 200. Wanted to go over a couple more details about Galactic Tank Force. I keep finding new little details the more I look at it. I just noticed that it looks as though there's a glow that glows off the bottom of the shooter. And in fact, that's style shooters when I remember they used on some of the games when I was a kid. I want to say they were on the Bally games, but at some point. But that beehive looking housing for the shooter rod brings me back to, I remember seeing that in the late 60s, early 70s. The thing about Galactic Tank Force is it did come out originally, believe the MSRP for the people that wanted to get one of the first 25 was $14,995. I think currently the MSRP is somewhere around $10,995. But that gets you a game in the box. What our whole thing is here is to get the game completely ready. So when it arrives at your house, you don't spend 4 or 5 hours building it, but instead you just get to plug it in and start playing it. And we've done all the work to put this together, unbox it, and get it wired up. You have to wire up the treads, and there's some wiring to do here, and a little bit of drilling and deciding how to get the wires connected and where to set everything up so it's works well. But yeah, our entire thing here that we do is based on when it gets to your house. It's all that work's already been done. It's ready to go. You don't have to think about it. Just enjoy it. So there are some bonus items that come with this game, being the signature limited edition model. I'm going to go ahead and open these packages up so you can see what's in them. I'm not going to open that one up. There's spare plastics plus several plastics I can see that you could use as your key fob for the game. And then I'm going to go ahead and get these opened up in a second so you can see what's inside that comes with the game. I already started to cut this open. And open that up, and yep, it's in there just like they told me it was going to be. This would be your Galactic Tank Force lunchbox, old school. I love this because it takes me back to going to grammar school as a kid. But that's a very cool lunchbox, and I can feel there's something in this. So I'm going to go ahead and open again. This time I pulled it out of the pack. I will be packing all this back up. I just wanted to get some pictures of this, and let's see. I think there's a thermos in here that matches, and there is. So it's got a thermos that matches, and oh, that's right. And let me pull that out too. And an American pinball pint cup for your beer, in case you have beer in your thermos, I suppose, when you go to school. Those are the plastics that come with it. There's several I can see that can be used as key fobs. And then let me open this up. I believe it's several pieces of original advertising. One of the items in that tube I just opened up is a poster that is included, and another poster that's included. And then I'll get these properly back into the tube for shipping. And this banner that is actually huge. I want to say it's about 5 feet tall. And I had to lay it on the ground because it's so big. It's a vinyl banner like the kind that you see for advertising. I think it's really cool that they included that. And that's all part of what comes with the game as a package on the signature edition only.